everyone, and welcome to today's yoga flow. I invite you to grab your beverage of choice, lay out your mat or your towel, find a little bit of space to get moving today, and we'll get ready to go. We're going to meet in our comfortable seated position as usual, and just get started with a couple of initial ranges of motion. As always, your comfortable seated position can be whatever that may mean for you. So if legs are crossed, that's fabulous. If you'd like them to be out long, or maybe the knees bent and the feet planted, that also works very well for this. We're going to start off with our scan of the body. So starting today from the top of the head and moving all the way down to the tips of the toes. As always, this scan is without any judgment. We're just noticing how we're feeling as we get moving today. We're noticing where those places of tension are in the body, where those spaces that maybe feel particularly good today are, and allowing those places of tension to have a little bit of extra leeway, and maybe we don't take them up quite as many notches as we normally would. And those spaces that do feel particularly good, maybe we do try and challenge them a little bit today in our ranges of motion or in the intensity of the movements that we do. As you take that scan and you notice those spaces, I'd like you to begin by making this practice your own and take any initial range of motion that may feel good here. We're going to take a couple of breaths as we do this. Maybe that range of motion is a spinal twist. Maybe that range of motion is a lateral stretch. Maybe the legs are a little bit tired or sore today, so you fold it forward wherever you're at and whatever is going to feel good to get started. From here, let's take about 4 nice deep breaths. Taking one more nice deep breath and making sure that you just even out, finish out that second side, and then bringing it back on to center to that comfortable seated position. I want to start today's practice all together with a couple of nice deep breaths and just leading with our arms as we go. So as we inhale, you can either take the arms out and up, or you can sweep them forward and up, taking them up nice and long. And same 2 options. As you exhale, you can bring them out and around, or you can bring them down in front. Either option is fabulous. Let's go ahead with that next big inhale, trying to lengthen through your inhale, lengthen through the spine, bringing it up nice and long, and then our exhale circles us down and around. Let's keep going just like that. Inhale takes us up. Exhale takes us down. Let's find 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. Here we go. Big inhale out and up. Exhale down and around. When you get to the bottom, release those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Alrighty, we're gonna move from here into our roll of the head and the neck. So starting off with a nice big inhale here for that nice long spine, lengthening out through the top of the head. Our exhale drops the chin to the chest, nice and easy. We're just gonna roll the head side to side. So right ear comes towards that right shoulder. You can open up a little extra or a little bit less, taking this at the depth that feels good for your neck today. And then our exhale pulls us down through center. Same thing to that other side, nice and easy, side to side. Let's take 2 more breaths, once more in each direction. Feel free to take that third if you need to even up. As soon as you finish that second or that third, dropping that chin back to the chest And then go ahead and lift that head back up nice and long. Let's go right into shoulder rolls. Choose a direction, any direction. When that head comes back up to center, getting the shoulders moving. They've got lots of hard work to do for us today. And then go ahead and change that direction right here. Take 2 more rolls in the second direction. And then release those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. Let's take it into a lateral stretch. Give me a big inhale, taking the arms out and up. Exhale, that right hand comes down to the mat, that left arm comes up over top. Inhale brings us through center. Exhale to that second side. Same thing one more time each direction. Inhale brings us through center. Exhale, second side. Inhale through center. Ooh, and exhale to that second side. And that last one was our first. Inhale brings us back to center. Exhale circles the arms down and around. Alrighty, let's take it finally into our spinal twist. So inhale to your nice long spine. If you like to take your arms up as you move through center, feel free to take them out and up. Our exhale takes us over to that first side. If the arms are up, you're bringing them down and around, opening through those shoulders towards that side wall, using that opposite side hand for a little pressure on that same side knee. That same side hand is around behind the back. Nice inhale brings us through center. Exhale to that second side. From here on this spinal twist, I'd like to invite you to take this at a pace that feels right for you. So moving side to side with your breath. Moving side to side at a depth that feels good for you. So if you like to take it a little bit deeper with a little more pressure through those hands, that's fabulous. If that doesn't feel quite right, and you just like to take that active twist as far as your torso can go without support of those hands, that's also fabulous. Keeping it moving here, a couple more breaths. Awesome, let's take 2 or 3 more nice deep breaths, finishing out one more time in each direction. And if you need to even out, feel free to take that third nice deep breath to hit that second side. Our inhale brings us back to center, and our exhale either releases those arms or just releases those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. All right, fabulous. We're just gonna do a fold for our lower body warm up. So I'm just gonna turn to the side, take those legs out nice and long. And just a few times here, we're gonna find our inhale to our long spine. We're gonna fold it forward as far as we can with our long spine, and then exhale into a little bit deeper of a fold. We'll go with our breath. So we'll take about 1 full inhale and exhale in that fullest extent of our fold. So inhale to that nice long spine. Exhale is gonna keep our spine long, and then we're gonna fold forward at the waist. So that might not be as deep of a fold as you're used to being able to get here, but that's okay. Inhale to our long spine still, and our exhale rounds and releases into it to that nice lower body stretch. Now if you need a little bend in those knees, that's totally fine. Maybe you work to start to lengthen one and then the other. One big inhale here, and exhale. And then let's start it over again. Inhale takes us all up tall to our long spine. Exhale keeps our long spine. Hinges at those hips to fold slightly forward, finding that tension through the back of the legs. Inhale here, and then exhale to complete that fold, taking it a little bit deeper, rounding into it, releasing. Maybe this changes the profile of the stretch, that's okay. We're gonna do that twice more. Inhale takes us up. Exhale folds us out. Inhale keeps our long spine, keeps our position. Exhale rounds into it. One breath here. Final time, our inhale pulls us up, long spine. Exhale folds us forward. Inhale keeps that long spine. Exhale releases into it. Nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then our inhale rolls us back up. All right, awesome. We're gonna make our transition to kind of get into our flow today. We've got kind of a puzzle piece flow today. So we'll work on the first puzzle piece, work on the second puzzle piece, put the first 2 together, work on the third puzzle piece, and then put all three together. So we're gonna start off in our hands and knees position. I'd like to invite you to grab a sip of your beverage and then bring it on over and get into that adjustment. If you make the transition a little quicker than I do, go ahead and start in that cat and cow nice and easy when you get there. All right, so making our way over to our hands and knees position, going into that cat and cow. Our inhale drops the belly towards the floor and lifts the chin and the hips. Our exhale rounds the spine up towards the ceiling and tucks the chin and the tailbone underneath. So just a few times here in each direction, just to get the spine moving. Awesome. From here, we're going to take it into our puppy. So go ahead and find that nice neutral spine. Those hips are going to stay right over top of those knees. Then we're going to walk those hands out nice and long. So this is kind of a chest stretch here. Kind of maybe we can start to press those hips just towards the back wall, not towards the heels, but just kind of slightly backwards away from the palms that are in contact with the floor. From here, if you'd like to walk those hands over to that right side, get a little bit deeper of a stretch through the left side body. If that doesn't feel right, you can keep them right down center. And if you found that right side, go ahead and bring it on over to the left. If you found that left, go ahead and bring it on back to center. We're going to do a couple of just front to back. We're going to transition from this puppy pose to our plank and then to our cobra. We're keeping the knees down the whole time though, so don't curl the toes under and press up to our full plank just yet. We will get to that. So from here, I'm just going to pull my palms in just slightly, plant them down nice and solid, press it forward. So I'm in my nice long modified plank position. There's a nice long line from my knees up to my shoulders. From here, we're just going to drop the hips into the cobra. As always, if you'd like to bend those elbows, make this a little less intense, you're welcome to. And then we're just going to press it right back to that puppy. So hips over knees, lengthen those arms. Same thing, we'll just do that 3 more times. Pressing out to our plank, and then down to our cobra or baby cobra. Pressing it back to puppy. Out to plank. Into cobra. And back to puppy. One more time, just like that. Out to plank. Into cobra. And back to puppy. Fabulous. We're just going to add on to that here. So all we're going to add is our chaturanga. We're still going to do this from our knees. So even if you're used to doing it from your toes and this doesn't feel challenging, it's just a warm up. So just stick with us here. We're going to press it out to our plank. Instead of going right into our cobra, we're going to bring it down through our chaturanga. Now, the way that this is going to help is if you usually do this from your toes, you can take this even slower, more controlled, analyze what's going on with your back, with your elbows, with your arms. We're going to keep the elbows nice and close. We're going to lower down. I want you to keep it super slow. As soon as your chest hits the floor and releases that pressure, then press it up into that baby cobra or cobra. Let's do that 3 more times. Puppy. Plank. Super controlled chaturanga. Cobra. Puppy. Plank. And this is always an option for that down dog, that low flow. Cobra or chaturanga. Cobra. One more time through. Puppy. Plank. Chaturanga. Cobra. From here, we're going to press up into our actual plank. So I want you to turn those toes over, lift those hips off the ground. We're using that core to lift. We're going to do 2 mountain climbers. So knee between those elbows, back out to plank. Knee between those elbows, back out to plank. Let's press it to our down dog. Hips up and back. Let's take a moment here, pedal out those heels, get the back of the leg nice and warmed up. Ooh, hair in my mouth. Okay. So maybe you alternate pressing one heel down and then the other. Maybe press up to those toes and then back down. Those ears are between the biceps. All right, we're gonna move through that one more time with just that puppy option, and then we'll start to take it up a notch. So nice and easy, go ahead, set those knees down. Walk those hands out, press the chest down. Let's take it out to our plank. Chaturanga brings us down. Cobra brings us up. Press it up to our plank. 2 mountain climbers. Downward facing dog. All right, now here's where we can take it up a notch. Now you can either go through that exact flow. So as we do our down dog, you set those knees down and bring it out to that puppy. As we float out to that plank, you take it out to that modified plank. From here, toes or knees, either way, whether you're coming from puppy or coming from downward facing dog, Chaturanga brings us down. And then Cobra brings us up. Let's take it up to that plank. 2 mountain climbers. Press it up, down dog. Same options, down dog or puppy. Push up plank position. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Cobra. Plank. 2 mountain climbers. Downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys. All right, taking a little recovery here, just a moment before we take it up one more notch. So if you'd like to set those knees down, roll out those shoulders, they're doing a lot of work. The triceps are doing a lot of work. Maybe you grab a sip. All right, now our 2 additional options. We're gonna take our Cobra up a notch to our upward facing dog. As always, feel free to stick to your Cobra or your baby Cobra. And then that second one is gonna be our mountain climber. We're just gonna take it up an extra notch by reducing our stability by lifting one of our hands, tapping it to our foot. I'll let you know when we get there. So same options, puppy or downward facing dog. Let's take it out to our plank. Chaturanga, toes or knees, keep those elbows close. Press it up, Cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog keeps that core engaged, lifts those thighs off of the mat. Let's bring it up to our plank. Here's your option. Instead of that mountain climber, you can lift that right hand as it comes to meet the inside of that left foot, and then that left hand as it comes to meet the inside of that right foot. So just an opposite side tap, and then we press up and back. As always, you can keep it at those 2 mountain climbers if that's better for your practice today. All right, same thing. Here we go. Puppy or downward facing dog. High plank. Toes or knees, Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Plank position. Mountain climber or opposite side tap, once each side. Down dog. Let's do that just twice more through, then we'll take a break and take it up to our next puzzle piece. Downward dog or puppy. Float it out to plank. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Cobra, baby Cobra or upward facing dog. Bring it to that plank. Here we go, opposite side tap. 1, 2, downward dog. Final time through before we give that upper body a nice little break. Let's take it out to our plank. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Up dog or Cobra. Plank. Mountain climber or opposite side tap. Downward facing dog. Awesome. From here, we're going to take it to our next step. So let's take that right leg, 3-legged dog, press it up and back. Bend the left knee, sweep the right leg forward, plant it down. We're in that lunge. All right, awesome. So let's take a moment, stretch it out here, get that lower body working. We've got our 2-directional stretch. Our exhale presses our hips forward. Our inhale presses them back, lengthens that front leg, lifts that front toe, hinges forward, those hips, hamstrings stretch. Just take this a couple times at your own pace, front to back. Giving those arms a little bit of a break, giving those shoulders and triceps a little bit of a break. Awesome. Go ahead once more in each direction and we'll meet in this lunge. Okay, great. Now this next little part of our flow is gonna be a lot of balance work. So we're gonna take it step by step. And you're gonna have to have just a little bit of space side to side from your mat. So if you're kind of close to a wall and you have the space to move it away, feel free to pause and do that now. If you don't have that kind of space, basically all you have is the space that you're on, that your mat is on. We'll do a curtsy step. You'll just take that step a little bit shallower than you might if you had a little bit of extra space side to side. So from here, we're gonna take it to our crescent lunge. Let's curl that left toe under, lift that left knee, sweep it up. That right knee is bent. We use that core nice and long and strong. Those shoulders are low away from the ears. And we've got that left leg as long as we can get it. Now from here, we're gonna step the left just briefly forward to meet the right. Try and keep most of your weight on your right leg. So just tapping those left toes down. Here's your transitional option all the way through. You can always tap those toes down. From here, we're gonna take it to a knee lift. So that left knee comes up to our 90 degrees. We use that core and that hip flexor to pull it in. From here is our curtsy step. We're gonna take that left leg around behind the right, bend into both knees into that curtsy lunge that you might do in a high intensity class. We're working a little bit more of the outside of the leg, a little bit more of that stabilizer. Same thing, try and keep your weight in your right leg as we step that left forward to tap that toe down. Knee up. From here, we've got a single leg deadlift or a move to our warrior three. So we're gonna press that left foot back. Finding that balance, you can always tap that toe down and hinge at those hips. From here, we're gonna step it back into our lunge, bending the right knee, tapping those toes down. Let that left knee meet the mat. Hands meet the mat. Right foot comes around. We're just gonna find our quadruped position, hands and knees. All right, awesome. Let's turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're gonna do the left side nice and slow like that, and then we'll take it back to the right, and we'll just pick it up a notch. So left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, sweep that left leg forward. Plant it down. Right knee meets that mat. Let's find our stretch, front to back, nice and easy. Exhale, presses those hips forward. Inhale, presses them back. And then just nice and easy at your own pace in each direction. Maybe you find a little hold here. Nice little warm up. Great, let's go one more time in each direction, and then we'll meet back in this low lunge. Alrighty, fabulous. Let's go back to it, same thing. Curl that right toe under, lift the knee, find your balance, sweep those arms up. Once again, that left knee is bent, that right leg is long, that core is nice and long and strong. Trying to keep a lot of our weight on our left foot, we're gonna step that right forward to meet it. Toe taps down. From here, knee lifts, 90 degrees. Keep the core nice and strong. We're stepping around to our curtsy lunge. So this time, right steps around behind left, both knees bend. Back to that, tap. Knee lift. Warrior three, single leg RDL, or toes can be down. So you can set those toes down and hinge at those hips, or you can have them lifted, press that foot back. Here comes that lunge. Hands come down, knee comes down. Let's take it to our downward facing dog. Awesome, back to that right side, we're taking it up a notch. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, sweep that right leg forward, plant it down. Let's go right into our crescent lunge, sweep the arms up. Bend in that right knee, left leg is long. We're gonna step it forward. You can skip that toe tap this time if you'd like to. So, floating it up, we're nice and tall. We're bringing that knee to our lift. You can always tap if you need to. Stepping around to our curtsy lunge. Both knees bend. Back to that knee lift. Again, tap or don't. Warrior three, single leg deadlift, or toes are down. Press that foot back. Step it back to your lunge. Torso tall. Bring those hands down. Right foot goes back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Awesome. Left side, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, sweep the left leg forward. Crescent, sweep the arms up. Step it forward, toe tap or float it past. Curtsy, steps the right around behind. Once again, step it forward or tap it down. Warrior three, press that foot back. You can always have that toe tapped. Step it back to our lunge. Hands come down, downward facing dog. One more time on each side, and then we'll take a little break, and then we'll put the first two parts together. Right leg, three-legged dog. Sweep that right leg forward, plant it down. Crescent, sweeps our arms up. Let's take it to our knee lift. Curtsy lunge, step around behind. Back to that knee lift. Warrior three. Lunge. Plant the hands. Right back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Left side, and then we get a break. Three-legged dog, here we go. Bend the right knee, sweep the left leg forward. Crescent. Knee up. Awesome. Curtsy. Knee up, challenge that balance. Change in our center of gravity here. Warrior three. Step it back to that lunge. Awesome, plant those hands. Left foot back to meet the right. Knees down nice and wide. Hips towards the heels. Let's take our break here. Option to stay in this recovery pose. Option to walk those hands side to side. Maybe give those shoulders a couple of rolls. Grab a sip of your beverage. We'll take about 4 nice deep breaths of recovery before we put those first two parts together. Now when we do that, we're going to do twice through that first part, our down dog or our puppy, to our plank, to our chaturanga, up dog or cobra, mountain climber or arch tap, to down dog. Do that twice through, and then we'll do that lunge once on each side. Do that a couple times, and then we'll add our third puzzle piece. Alrighty, so making your way back to your preferred starting point, whether it's puppy or downward facing dog, and work with your shoulders, your triceps, and your core today. If you're usually someone who really likes to do that full chaturanga, don't put your back at risk just to do that. Making sure that you're using judgment based on how you're feeling, that scan of the body, that constant knowledge, making it your practice. Don't be afraid to drop your knees to worry about good form. I'd rather you set your knees down, keep your spine long and your elbows close, and let your lower back lead, and then we end up maybe injuring ourselves or not making anything better, but rather making things worse. So taking it at your own pace, taking it with those modifications, especially if you start to feel your form go, or if you feel like maybe your lower back is taking more pressure than it should be. So meeting me in either that downward facing dog or that puppy, wherever you prefer to begin. All right, from here, we're gonna take it twice through. So let's float it out to that plank, toes or knees here. And then take it down through our chaturanga. Once again, toes or knees. Keep the elbows close. Press it up into cobra or upward facing dog. Engage your core, pull it up to our plank. 2 mountain climbers or 2 opposite side taps. Downward facing dog. From here, you can stay in this down dog or drop it to puppy. Float it out to our plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Engage the core, pull it up to our plank. Opposite side tap or mountain climbers. Downward facing dog. Awesome, let's take it to that lower body portion, right leg, 3-legged dog. Bend that left knee, sweep that right leg forward. Plant it down. Let's take it up into our crescent. All right, from here, we're gonna step that leg forward, whether you're taking that knee directly up or tapping it down in between. Find your balance on that right leg. Pull that knee up to our 90 degrees. Curtsy. Same thing, working that balance. Press it up. You can always tap down. Pull that knee up. Warrior three. Toe up or toe down. Step it back to our lunge. Try and make this soft. Plant the hands. Right foot back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Left side, here we go, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, sweep the left forward. Plant it down. Crescent, sweep the arms up. Finding our balance, taking that right leg to the front. Do our curtsy. Knee comes up. Warrior three. Nice and soft landing here. Step it back to our lunge. Torso comes tall. Bring those arms down. Plant those hands. Left back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Knees down wide, hips towards the heels. Awesome. Let's take it through again. Take it to our starting position. Puppy or down dog. Float it out to your plank. Knees up or knees down. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Cobra or up dog. Engage your core, press it up to our plank. Opposite side tap or two mountain climbers. Down dog. Awesome job, you guys. One more time through with that. Let's float it out to, bring it down to puppy if that's your starting point. Float it out to plank, toes or knees. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Press it up to cobra or up dog. Engage your core, bring it up to plank. Opposite side tap or two mountain climbers. Downward facing dog. Let's hit that lower body, give those shoulders a little break. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, sweep the right leg forward. Plant it down. Crescent, sweep the arms up. Here comes that balance. Left knee steps us forward. Step it into our curtsy. Back to our knee up. Warrior three. Nice soft landing, step it down. Torso tall. Arms come down, right goes back to meet the left. Left side, here we go. Right or left leg, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, sweep the left leg forward, plant it down. Crescent sweeps our arms up. Here comes our balance. Step that right leg forward. Curtsy. Step it forward. Warrior three. Nice soft landing. Step it back. Plant those hands. Left back to meet the right, down dog. Knees down wide, hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Awesome, we're taking a little rest here. So as always, feel free to keep it right here. Maybe you bend at the elbows, keep the elbows on the ground and bring the hands to the shoulders for a nice tricep stretch. Maybe you stop and grab a sip of your beverage. Maybe you change it up, shake it out a little bit, find a shoulder roll or a stretch that works for you. We'll take a couple breaths here before we add that third puzzle piece on. All right, fabulous, you guys. So our third puzzle piece is going to be a little bit of core and a little bit of side plank work. As always, in any of this side plank work, the bottom leg can always be down. You can not take it up that notch whenever I have those extra modifications to take it up a notch. And from our side plank, you can always do it from the elbow. I'm going to demo from the wrist because I do have a little bit of a scrape on my elbow today, but you can most certainly place that elbow down and use that, especially if the wrists start to bother you, because we do have all of that down dog to plank work going on here. So we're going to start off in our low lunge. So taking that first side leg forward, again, I'm going to start on my left so that I can demo in your direction. However, go ahead and step your right leg forward and plant it down, and I'll just switch it up with my cues. So right leg steps forward, we're in our low lunge. We're going to use this to take it to our gate. So this transition, instead of going right to our down dog, we would bring it to our lunge after that lunge series. For this, you're going to take that left leg and you're going to turn it to the side, so the long edge of your mat, and then we're going to bring it up to our nice tall torso. From here, I'm going to take my right leg and take it out nice and long. We've got our gate in both directions. So I'm going to take my left hand down towards my leg, not putting too much pressure on the inside of the knee. We don't want to crush it towards the mat. So using our core to stay nice and strong, that opposite side arm, that left arm comes up over top. Awesome. Our inhale brings us through center and take it over to that other side. The left hand comes down, that right arm comes up over top, so a little bit deeper of a stretch. This is going to take us to our side plank. So if you'd like to here, you can bring it down onto that elbow, scoot that knee out a little bit for that extra little bit of space, and bring it up. All right, here come those challenges. To take this up a notch, you can take that bottom leg, keep the knee bent, and lift it up off of that mat. So lots of work for those inner legs, lots of work for that core, stitching your side in. From here, we're going to step that right leg out to meet the left. Option to lift that top leg. From here, we take it to our plank. And we're going to start from that other side. So this time, opposite side leg steps forward. Plant that knee. Turn it to the inside. Come up tall. Opposite leg goes out long. Start with our gate to that side. Inhale pulls us through center. Hand comes down or elbow comes down. So feel free to adjust that knee, bring that elbow down. Opposite side of arm goes up. Lift that bottom knee if you'd like to here. Keep that knee bent. Take that left out to meet the right. Still in that side plank. Or right out to meet the left, excuse me. Top leg lifts. Bring it around to our plank. Awesome, we're back to where we started. Press those hips up and back. We're gonna do that one more time each side. Right leg steps forward. Plant that knee. All right, from here, we're gonna turn that side out. Bring it up to our tall torso. Lengthen that right leg. Gate. Through center. Second side. Feel free to move that knee in, bring that elbow down. We're gonna lift that bottom leg if you'd like to. Lengthen it out to meet the other side. Top leg lift if you'd like to. Bring it down to plank. Step the left leg forward. Plant that knee. Turn it in. Bring it up, tall torso. Step it out long. Gate. Through center. Other side comes down. Option for that elbow. Option for bottom leg lift. Step it out to meet the other side. Option for top leg lift. Bring it down to plank. Downward facing dog. All right, let's start it from the top, you guys. Down dog or puppy. Option for your starting point. Let's float it out to plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga lowers us. Press the chest up, cobra or up dog. Engage the core, bring it to plank. 2 mountain climbers or opposite side taps. Down dog. Same thing one more time, transition to puppy if you'd like that starting point. Press it out to plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Engage the core, use the core. Turn the toes under, press it to plank. Opposite side tap or mountain climbers. Downward dog. Right leg, 3-legged dog. Press it up and back. Bend the left knee, sweep the right leg forward, plant it down. Crescent, sweep the arms up. Balance pose here, step that left knee forward. Curtsy. Left knee comes forward once again. Warrior 3. Nice and soft, step it back. Plant the hands right back to meet the left, downward dog. Left leg, three-legged dog. Sweep it forward. Crescent. Balanced. Right leg forward. Curtsy. Right leg forward. Warrior three. Nice and soft, step it back. Torso tall. Bring that right knee down. Plant those hands. Step the left back to meet the right. Step that right forward. Here's that low lunge. Circle that side around. Tall torso, long right leg. Right hand down to meet that leg, left arm over top. Through center, down to that side, elbow or wrist. Option for bottom leg lift. Step it out to meet that other side. Option for top leg lift. Bring it over to plank. Bring that left leg forward. Set that knee down, turn it out. Tall torso, long left leg, gate pose. Through center, side plank. Bottom leg lift. Step it out. Option for top leg lift. Bring it over to plank. Downward dog. One more time through, here we go, you guys. Down dog or puppy. Float it out to plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Engage the core, bring it to plank. Mountain climber or opposite side toe tap. Down dog. Down dog or puppy. Final time through on this sequence, here we go. Shoulders over wrist, side plank. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Cobra or up dog. Engage the core, bring it to our plank. Opposite side tap or mountain climbers. Down dog. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, sweep it forward. Balance, here we go. Sweep it up to crescent. Step that left up. Curtsy. Left comes up. Warrior three. Nice and soft, set it down. Tall torso. Hands come down. Right back to meet the left, down dog. Left side, three-legged dog. Sweep that left leg forward. Crescent. Opposite side lifts. Curtsy. Opposite side lifts. Warrior three. Nice and soft, set it down. Bring those hands down. Left to meet the right. Right forward. Set that knee down. Turn it out to the side. Bring it up tall, long right leg, gate. Through center, second side. Side plank, option for bottom leg lift. Out to meet that opposite leg, option for top leg lift. Over to plank. Last sequence here we go. Left leg comes forward. Knee comes down. Turn it out to the side. Bring it up tall. Long left leg. Gate. Through center. Second side. Side plank, bottom leg lift option. Step it out to meet that opposite side. Top leg lift option. Bring it over to plank. Downward facing dog. Ooh, nice work, you guys. Walk those hands towards those feet or those feet towards those hands for that forward fold. Give me a halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Roll it up. Extended mountain, take those arms up overhead. Let's take 2 nice deep breaths, leading with those arms. Exhale brings them down and around. Inhale takes us up. Exhale down and around. One more time like that. Inhale takes us up. Exhale down and around. This time those palms meet overhead. Inhale takes us up. Palms meet overhead. Exhale pulls us down to heart center. Awesome work today, you guys. Really challenging practice, worked a lot of different things. You guys did awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. The light in me honors the light in you. Bowing as we say, namaste.